for Charlie. We'll go ahead and start with Manny.
Hey, Charlie. You've been here a long, you've been with the Rockies a long time, been a major leaguer a long time. You know how difficult it is to hit on the road, coming down from altitude. Um, I mean, where do you go from here? You guys have tried to address this, obviously, in maybe many different ways. We don't know of all the ways that you guys might be addressing it, trying to address it, but where do you go from here?
Well, I think we've got to go up, right? Like we're just not doing a good enough job right now as a group. Individually, we've got some guys swinging the bats pretty good. If you look top to bottom, we're kind of hit a lull with a lot of guys all at the wrong time, right? All at once here. So I think we've got to get back to our processes that we're focusing on, right? We're trying to swing at good pitches in the zone, trying to hit fastballs over the plate, trying to keep the chase down, and then trying to be really effective in situational at bats. And we just haven't done that very well lately.
Thanks.
Patrick?
Hey, Charlie, thank you for taking the time. I haven't really looked at it that closely today, but it seems that a lot of the road games, some of you guys, not you in particular, but some of you guys seem to get behind in the counts. A lot of 0-2s, 1-2s, et cetera. And it doesn't seem to be the case at home. You guys seem, I don't know if it's the home road difference at Coors, whatever. Am I seeing that right? That maybe you guys are kind of getting behind the 8 ball, so to speak, on the road too often?
Yeah, when things aren't going good, it seems like you're always behind in the count. And some of it is, maybe we're missing pitches early. Some of it's maybe the pitcher is more comfortable in his home park, like whatever it is, that's besides the point. We've got to do a little bit better. And like we hit some balls hard, like Crone hit a ball hard, Diaz hit a ball hard. Like there's some balls that are getting hit hard that are, getting caught or just foul or, for whatever reason, not falling. And that happens, that's part of it. But that's not like, I can't point at that and say that's why things are tough right now. It's just a little bit of kind of a little bit of everything all at once.
Okay, and one more for me. We asked Buddy, where do you go from here, et cetera? And he said, hey, we've got a lot of young players getting a lot of at-bats for the first time in their career. They're learning. So you as the veteran, and I know you've been a little bit more of a vocal leader this year, do you step up at this point, Charlie, and either provide a shoulder for these guys or a teaching moment for these guys to try to, to carry them over this rough water?
Yes, I mean the game is super hard, right? I don't have to tell you that it's hard. Sometimes it's harder than others. Sometimes it's really fun and it comes easy. But that's not always the case. And so for me to, be critical of anybody, even myself, like it's good to figure out what you're doing wrong and evaluate how we're going to do better. But I think it's, my presence is better served kind of keeping the right even keel mindset going forward. And so I think it's important for me to keep things in perspective. We've got a lot of baseball to play. There's a lot of room for improvement from myself and from everybody in the clubhouse. So we've got to maintain that focus and you stay confident.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it very much.
Danielle?
Hi, Charlie. This was asked to Buddy earlier, but I'm curious what your take is on it. It's always talked about how contagious good hitting is, but do you feel like the same is true for bad hitting? Do you feel like guys are putting more pressure on themselves individually when the person in front of them in the lineup isn't hitting well?
I think so. I think when you see guys in front of you get hits or, get on base one way or the other, I think it helps you expect the same. And I think that can work against you too if guys aren't going good. It might, it seems like we're playing offense for 5 minutes and then we, go out to play defense and then we come back and it just seems like we can't get anything going. We can't piece a rally together right now. And so, yeah, I think sometimes it's tough to play team offense when individually it's tough for guys right now.
Thank you.
Larry,
Charlie, do you feel that, when you go out on the road, it's more difficult for hitters than at Coors Field? Do you look at things differently when you're going to the plate when you're on the road as opposed to at home?
No, I'll prepare a little different, but once I step in the box, I try and use my mind the exact same way, road versus home. So I don't, I don't expect to get any fewer hits on the road, or I don't change the way I hit or approach hitting just because we're on the road.
Do you feel that the media and baseball in general is getting a better understanding of what it's like playing at Coors Field and then going out on the road, seeing the pitches moving differently and the fatigue that sometimes you have at Coors Field?
Yeah, I mean, we keep talking about it, but it's really hard until you experience it. Even players, I think, I always ask guys when they come to Coors Field, if they notice things, like opposing players, like just what are they noticing, about playing here versus other places. And, I think really until you're here and experience it and do it, for a season where you go on the road, come back, that kind of thing. I think it's hard to know exactly what it is. But I do think, I do think it's a thing and people are starting to understand it's a thing, but that's no excuse to say we shouldn't be scoring runs on the road.
Okay. Thank you, Charlie.